Hi guys, Blake and Chad here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Lake Taneycomo. It is Thursday? It's Thursday. And it's the 21st of April. And Chad and I are going to do the one cast today. So currently we are setting right at the top side of the Narrows. We're going to try two different things today. Chad is going to drag some scuds. And so what I have here, 1/8 ounce weight on a size 12 snap swivel sliding up and down the line, size 12 barrel swivel, just stop it. And then I've got about 5 foot of 4-pound leader. And the scuds are about, no, I don't know, foot apart, maybe a little bit more. These is a size 12, what do they call that? It's basically a gray with a flash in it, and that one is a Peppy scud, size 12. And I am going to throw an 1/8 ounce brown and peach with an orange head jig on 2-pound line. Oh, I'm going to let the boat get to drifting here. Guess I gotta give it some power if I want some power. All right. There we go. I'm gonna jig over the top of you. See how it works. Get some coordination going on here. Let me know when you start feeling that thing bounce, because I'm going to have to periodically kind of slow the boat down for you. Okay. Got the jig bouncing. Or got the scuds bouncing. Oh, let's see. So today turned out to be relatively warm. Probably 65, maybe close to 70 degrees. It's been real cloudy all day. Hold on here. The rig's moving past us. There we go. Turn of events, they shut the floodgates off today. And I think they got whatever problem they had with the generators fixed, and they have 4 generators running now. Well, so the water has slowed down. They had it at about 14,000 something on the generation, and now we are at 12,000, which is 4 units. And I really wanted to get out and just try some color jigs that work for me really well a lot, that I haven't tried in a while. Brown and peach with an orange head is one of them. However, I will say that scuds are still winning the fish catching battle right now on the lake. Today, I took a good friend of mine, Al Tung, out fishing. And we went out at 8 o'clock this morning after the first little rain moved through. And we drifted scuds all day on the drift rig that I just showed you guys. And we caught plenty of fish. We didn't actually do too well up here in the trophy area. We did right here through the Narrows. We did much better down below. We caught lots of fish down below. All in those size 12 scuds with the little bit of UV flash in them. Captain Doty said that they had an excellent morning. They were doing scuds except on a slip bobber rig. Can you still feel the bottom? Did you lose it? Okay. You gotta talk to me, because when I don't have one in my hand, I can't exactly feel. I can kind of look at your rod tip and see it, but yeah, just try to hold it in one spot as much as you can. So I know that Captain Doty had a good trip this morning. Captain Raznick, they were doing the same thing. Captain Blake Harris, Steve Dickey, Rick Lysick just got back to the dock with a trip, and they were doing the scuds on the slip bobber as well, I believe. That's what it looked like, at least. And everybody's still doing really well on scuds. It is a cloudy day, so it's hard to resist not throwing a white jig. Let's go ahead and reel that one in. Let's check it for moss. I'm going to move the boat over a little closer to the inside edge here. Alright, we got any moss on the scuds? Yep, just enough to kind of, here, let me see that real quick. This is one way you can do it. I call it the Taneycomo scud bath. You can kind of slap those on the water real hard. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes you still got to do the work to get it off with your hands. And it did work that time, yes. Alright. I'm going to throw my jig in real tight against the island. Sometimes when the water's running like 4 units, there's enough water over there to hold fish right there against the edge of the island. I've caught some really nice ones actually as soon as the jig landed next to that island.
What's your, I guess your record out here this lake?
The biggest trout I've caught here was a 30 3/8" brown. Almost looked like you were getting a bite there. Almost. If you feel something, double or kind of triple tap that kind of faster than that bottom bounce. Just pull back and hold it right there in that position. Hey, there's a fish. They still do bite jigs. It's amazing. I think it's a brown trout. Nope, it's rainbow. Come here. Come here. Alright, that one's got a real bright pink stripe. There you go. Alright, got the skunk out of the boat. Now we can catch fish. So today, just like a video I did a few days ago, my best line for drifting today, where we caught the most fish, was starting at the mouth of Fall Creek and about 30 yards off of the bank over here, south bank, and drifting that same kind of 30 yards away from the bank all the way around the inside edge all the way back to Short Creek. We caught a couple below Short Creek, but really the best bite was from there, from Fall Creek to Short Creek. Kind of seems like it might want to rain again here. I'm not quite sure. I didn't look at the radar. Right over here you'll see a house with a little shed, brown brick house, and right below it they got a little rock dike sticking out and a little railroad track to take boats out of. But if you cast into that pocket, I don't know what it is about that pocket, but brown trout love it. There's a fish or a broken rod for sure. Wow. I've been jigging with this rod for almost 3 years now, and it just snapped. So that's sad. But I got another one ready. I got a white jig on this time. See if we can attack maybe a brown trout or two with this white jig. Go ahead and reel that in again. Let's check for moss one more time. And with 4 units running, I'm always going to be, if I'm jigging, I'm always going to be throwing an 1/8 ounce jig. Kind of comes with the territory. Yep, you got just enough moss to kind of repel the fish there. You gotta leave that weight hanging off of there so that you can get some momentum when you slap it, and it's probably tangled now. I probably shouldn't have pulled on the rod so hard whenever I had that, but I really felt like I had a big fish on there. And I was just kind of pulling a little harder to see if he was gonna, if I could feel something moving. And I guess that was just the last bit of pressure that rod could take. Got it ready? Alright, cast it directly upstream. Yep, go ahead, because I'll reel in below you.
Oh, jeez.
Here, let me see it. So whenever you cast a drift rig, especially a longer one like this, I like to kind of catapult it, and you can even slap it on the water and then just kind of flip it forward. Oh, that felt like a fish. My jig was just dragging. And I don't have any moss. I think that was a fish. There have been times when the water's running heavy where you can just let an 1/8 ounce jig drag on the bottom. You're obviously going to lose a few more jigs that way, but when there is enough water moving, sometimes you can just literally let them drag the bottom like a drift rig. Are you feeling that bottom at all? Okay. It wasn't just little fish that we caught down here earlier today. We caught some nice 17, 18-inch rainbows down this direction. And we also, Al tied into a really nice brown. He came up about 10 foot away from the boat and did a big jump and threw the scud out of his mouth. But oh, set the hook. All right, now hold the rod there like that and just kind of reel. If he starts pulling too hard, let him take the drag. You just want to kind of keep that rod in the same upward position, kind of like this, and then just reel. If he wants it, give it to him. Go. And once it gets up to the boat, don't reel that weight all the way into the eyelet. Just kind of, just a little bit above. Is this your first trout?
It's my first fish in a long time, so probably.
First fish in a long time, all right. Boom, in the net.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh. Pop that scud back at me. All right, you can go ahead and just set that down for a second. And I'm gonna hold the net underneath you, but I want you to pick that fish up and show it to the camera.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm sorry, guy.
So whenever I hold the net underneath you, don't take it away from underneath the net.
Yeah.
That way, whenever he falls, you can just put him back in the net for a second. That's all right. He's just fine. He's trying to swim away, but I won't let him because I can't get the net out of his face. There we go. And just a tip for everybody, you want to avoid reeling these drift rigs back into your eyelets. They can damage your eyelet, make a rough spot, something that can cut line, any of that. We're going to get back on line over here, about 30 yards away from the bank or so. Both of our scuds are still clean. Okay. There we are. Go ahead and reel in some of that slack. You see how it's getting pulled down current? There you go. Now stop right there. That'll help keep that thing drifting straight to the bottom instead of letting the line pull it this way. Do you see what that felt like whenever the fish took it? Versus what it feels like whenever it's just hitting bottom. That's the feeling you want to be feeling for. Whenever you feel that, you just kind of pull back slightly. Not a big hook set. Trout don't require that. Oh. Try not to break another rod here. Oh, you got him. Nope, you're snagged too. We'll see if you got your stuff back. Reel it in. Did you get it all back or did it break off? Hey, you got it all back. That's what I'm talking about. Now just pretend like that's all one pendulum, like a catapult. So you're gonna take it back and then flip it forward. There you go, just like that. Close the bail. I'm tying on an 1/8 ounce sculpin and peach with a sculpin head. At least it was supposed to be 1/8 ounce. It doesn't look 1/8 ounce to me. Yeah, we'll try to throw it anyway. It's like a 3/32. It's labeled wrong. Right now we've got a wind blowing us back upstream. That's actually going to help Chad's drift a little bit using that 1/8 ounce weight. If I can get the boat straightened out. Oops. You're good. You're good. Alright, I think we're going to drag for just a minute or two longer and then we're going to call it a day. Hey, I can work a smaller than 1/8 ounce. I gotcha. Just step around me. Oh, I'm trying to break everything. That's a longer, skinnier one, but real pretty colors. Pop off of there. Thank you.
Should I catch more rainbow than
Go ahead. I think you might have some moss on your line. Yeah, generally, here you will catch many more rainbows than you will browns. The stocking rate, I believe, is 100 to 1.
Oh, wow.
For every 100 rainbow stocked, there's a brown stocked. I think that's the numbers. Someone who knows more can correct me.
Is there
But
reason for that? I'm sure there's reason for it.
I don't know what the exact reason would be, other than maybe browns are more expensive, or maybe it's kind of like a trophy thing, or maybe it has something to do with the way browns eat. Maybe if they stocked as many browns as they did rainbows, the rainbows would not thrive very well because the browns are more aggressive at eating. Yes, I'm sure there's multiple reasons though, if I had to guess. Go ahead. Nope, not quite. I always cast with two hands when I'm doing it. Well, I think I always cast with two hands anyway. I don't know if it helps you, but I hold one hand and then I release with that, but hold on with that hand. Apparently if you just let a 3/32. Go ahead and reel that. See that slack line going past you? There you go. Keep that straight out there so it has time to sink down. Oh, you already got a fish. That's a decent one. Let me get my stuff in here.
Fishing's a lot funner.
That's called catching, not fishing. Oof, if I don't fall off the boat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, you see him trying to run around the trolling motor there?
Yeah.
Walk this way. Don't let him do that to you. There you go. That's a nicer one, buddy. There we go. Got him in the net. Come here. All right, now, whenever you pick this fish up, I want you to grab it on both sides like this and hold it like that, and I'm gonna hold the net underneath you, okay? Oh, and you same, yep, like that. Now come up here and show it to the camera.
All right.
Well, of course my net gets...
I also left it. Hey, look at that guy. Even bigger.
Here, turn him up so that, nope,
Oh, this way.
nope, yeah, there you go.
This way.
There we go.
There
All
it
right,
is.
put him back in the
All
net.
right.
That's how we attempt to handle a trout, even though they're slippery and squirmy and hard to hold. All right, let me get us back online. Actually, we're kind of right where I want to be. All right, give that a try again. So I held the handle with my left hand.
What the?
Here, let me see it.
Oh, my bad.
It's just a trick. It's something that takes a little bit of practice.
I've always done it one hand.
So I'm holding the rod with my left hand, even though that's not the hand I'm gonna reel with, right? And then I flip it forward. Then I'm gonna let out a little extra line, then close it. There you go. Remember, don't let that slack line get. If it starts pulling this way, then reel in a little bit. But if it just keeps pulling straight like that, just let it sink to the bottom.
I guess you can obviously make different size scuds.
Right, and so sometimes when the water's slower, you need smaller scuds. They can see the big one too well and don't think it's real or doesn't look very appetizing. But right now, whenever you have high water flows, we generally go with bigger jigs, I use bigger jerk baits, I use bigger scuds, bigger presentation when the water's running faster. All right, reel that in real quick. Hurry, hurry, hurry. You just drug right over the top of a giant root wad. You were totally gonna get snagged in that. There's a root wad right in front of the long dock. I know I've talked about it before, and when the water's slower, it can be detrimental to your prop and or your motor because it's just right underneath the water. One second. Hey buddy, I'm in the middle of my video. I'll call you back as soon as I can, all right? Yeah, there's a root wad way down there. And I've seen motors that it's taken out before when the water's lower. You wouldn't hit it right now if you were going over the top of it, but see that slack line going? See it? There you go. Hold it straight. See it happening again? So the wind is also causing that right now. The wind is slowing the boat down so much, and the water speed where that thing is so fast that it's causing it to catch up to us. So I'm gonna give the boat a push back downstream. That'll help tighten that up. Alright. With this 3/32 ounce jig, I'm having to slow the boat down to keep his scuds drifting right. Oh, that fish popped off of there. And it's causing this 3/32 ounce jig to swing. So I'm really just kind of waiting till I feel the bottom with the jig, and I'm just kind of popping it up, and it's kind of getting pushed this way because of the way I'm slowing the boat down. You probably need to recast that. It's gotten too far out of whack there. Get some moss on there too. Yeah, that can happen whenever it's getting pushed back downstream too fast. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we're just going to go ahead and end the video there today, guys. We did pretty well. Sometimes you just got to quit while you're ahead. But we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be back out to do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.